Good morning, children. Today we are going to have a new lesson. That is the very first lesson. Who did Patrick's homework? Who did Patrick's homework? Listen carefully. The teacher will read a lesson for you. Okay. So let's know who did Patrick's homework. That is the first lesson of your textbook. Before you read, discuss in class. Do you like homework? Yes, many of the students they don't like homework, many of them like the homework. Some of them like to write the homework, some of them like to read homework. Depends. So do you do it yourself or do you get a help? Sometimes when it is difficult, we take a help from our elders, parents, brothers, sisters. Sometimes we find if it is easy, we do on our own. That's all. What homework do you usually have? Usually we have reading, writing, etc. based on the lesson and back of the lessons exercise work. Let's see here. Who did Patrick's homework? Okay. And Patrick never did homework. Patrick never did homework. Okay. Too boring, he said. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo. Instead, instead, his teacher told him, Patrick, do your homework. His teacher told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it is true. Sometimes he did feel like an ignorance. Okay. But what could he do? He hated homework. He hated homework. Then one day he found his cat playing with a little dog and he grabbed it up. To his surprise, it wasn't a dog. It was not a dog at all, but a man of the tiniest size. But he was a man of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat much like a breeches. He yelled, save me, don't give me back to that cat. I will grant you a wish, I promise you that. So whatever the wish you are desiring, I will fulfill your wish. But please don't give me to the cat. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So he said, only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's. A's means A grade. The little man's face wrinkled like a disc cloth thrown in the hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. Oh, am I cursed? But I will do it. I will do it. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework. Began to do Patrick's homework. Except there was one glitch. The elf didn't always know what to do and he needed help. He needed help. Help me, he would say. And Patrick would have to help in whatever way. So, whatever may be the situation, Patrick had to help. I don't know this word. The elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. Get me a dictionary. Know what is even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. When it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are times tables? The elf shrieked. We elves never need that. Shrieked to give a short, high-pitched cry. Glitch, an informal word, a fault in a machine that prevents it from working properly. Here, hitch or problem. Breeches. Breeches means breeches or short trousers. The writer here spells it for fun. To rhyme with the word breeches. Dishcloth, a cloth used for washing dishes. Hamper, a basket with a lid. Grimaced, scowled, pursed his lips. His face had these expressions, showing disgust, anger, and disapproval. And when it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are timetables? The elf shrieked. We elves never need that. And addition and subtraction, and division and fractions. Here, sit down beside me. You simply must guide me. Elves know nothing of human history. To them, it is a mystery. So the little elf already, a shouter, just get louder. Go to the library. I need books, more and more books, and you can help me to read them too. As a matter of fact, every day in every way, that little elf was an ant. Mad means one who troubles someone all the time by complaining or asking them to do something. Drag, an informal word, something dull and uninteresting. Patrick was working harder than ever, and was it a drag? He was staying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and glaring. Finally, the last day of school arrived, and the elf was free to go. As far homework there was no more, so he quietly, slily slipped out the back door. Slily means secretively. Patrick got his A's. A's means A grade. His classmates were amazed. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. And his parents, they wondered what had happened to Patrick. He was now the model kid. Cleaned his room, did his course, was cheerful, never rude, like he had developed a whole new attitude. You see, in the end, Patrick still thought he would get that tiny man to do all his homework, but I will still share a secret just between you and me. It wasn't the elf, Patrick had done it himself. This is all about Patrick's homework. Who did Patrick's homework? Now, look at this cartoon by R.K. Lakshman. Read the sentences given below the cartoon. Discuss the following questions with your partner. What is it about? Do you find it funny? If so, why? Do you think a cartoon is a serious drawing? Why or why not? Get on with your homework. The sums, the compositions, history, geography, chemistry, physics, and stop reading the laws against the child labor. A house, a home. What is the difference between the house and a home? Discuss it with your partner. Then read the poem. What is a house? It's bricks and stones and wood that is hard, some window glass and perhaps a yard. It eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing you loved ones you are always caring. Lauren Young Hurley. How the dog found himself a new master. You may know that the dog and the wolf are closely related. You may also know something about how, over the centuries, human beings have domesticated and tamed wild animals. There is a story about how the dog became a tame animal. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do, in freedom. Until a dog was born who was ill pleased with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. He thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth, and he set out to find such a master. He walked, and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf who was as strong as he was fierce. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master wolf? I don't see why not, the wolf said, and this agreed upon. The two of them went on together. They walked, and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, darted quickly off the path and into the bushes and fled deeper into the forest. The dog was much surprised. What's come over you, master? He asked. What has frightened you so? And we see there is a bear out there, and he might eat up both of us, you and me. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to his readily and said, let us go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to eat, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were moving loudly and running in a panic in all directions. The bear looked out from behind trees and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. Now, why did I have to come here? Said he to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts. The lions. Who is he? Don't you know he is the strongest beast on earth? Well, then I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long time. It was a good life and had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along the path that ran amid bare cliffs, when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw, with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? Asked the dog, surprised. I smell a man coming this way, the lion said. We would better run for it, or we will be in trouble. Oh, well then, I will say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long ago, but to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. This is all about the lesson that how the dog found himself a new master. Okay, this is all about the lesson. Okay. There are some horizontal and verticals you can see. Hasty, Hasty, hasty. Okay. Then angry, Angry. Worse, WORC, worse, badly. Surprise. Safer, SAFER. Loyal, Loyal. So there are vertical and horizontal, you can see. Loyal is there. Ready, ready. Good. Frigstened, frightened. Family tree of dogs. SEAL, seal. Currently that. So, hyena, dog, bear, polar bear, wolf, wild dog. The dog family. The dog family is one of the 11 families that make up the carnivores, a large group of intelligent, flesh-eating backboned animals. In this group are such varied animals as bears, pandas, raccoons, cats, hyenas, and even seal. The dog or canine family has many wild species like wolves, foxes, coyotes, jackals, and wild dogs. The dog is the only domesticated member of the canine family, though now and then someone tames a wolf, fox, or coyote as a pet, which lived about 15 million years ago from this distant ancestor. The true dogs gradually developed, but nobody knows the exact ancestor of the modern domestic dog. Several wild dogs look and behave like domestic dogs. The dingo or wild dog of Australia is one of these. It is possible that the dingo was a tamed dog brought to Australia long ago, which then ran wild years ago. Dogs were the first animals tamed by humans, perhaps 20,000 years ago. Tamed dogs were brought from Asia to the New World 5,000 or more years ago. Dogs were first used for hunting. Used for hunting. This is about your lesson. Okay? Then we will see in the next class about that. Before that, you can also have a poem named Kite. A mouse maiden. What is the mouse maiden? Here are some points from a similar story that you might have heard in another language. Dividing the class into two groups, try and tell the story in English. One person from each group can speak alternately. Your teacher will help you. As you tell it, one of you may write it down on the board. A mouse maiden. Mouse changed into a girl by a magician. Wants to marry the strongest person. Asks whether sun or cloud is stronger. Why? But mountain stronger than clouds. How? But mouse stronger than mountain. How? Girls asked to marry mouse. Becomes a mouse again. Becomes a mouse again. The last ride together. There was a young man of Naya who went for a ride on a tiger. They returned from their ride with the man inside and a smile on the face of the tiger. Okay, so this is all about the lesson. We'll see in the next class. Okay. See you then. Bye bye.